What's the pettiest thing you did that worked? When I started dating my college boyfriend Marcus, my roommate Sophie seemed super supportive. She'd help me pick out outfits for dates, listen to me gush about him, and even gave me relationship advice when we had our first fight. But I started noticing little things. She'd always find excuses to be around when he visited our dorm. She'd wear my clothes without asking, especially the ones Marcus complimented, and she had this habit of mentioning how close they'd gotten during their study sessions. The red flag moment came during finals week. Marcus and I had been studying together in the library when Sophie texted him directly instead of me, asking for help with chemistry. When I offered to help instead, she insisted she needed Marcus specifically because he explains things better. That night, I found a note she'd accidentally dropped from her backpack. It was her handwriting, practicing different ways to ask Marcus to formal. Hey Marcus, wanna go to formal together? No, too casual. Marcus, I've been thinking. She'd been planning to ask my boyfriend to be her date. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I started paying attention to everything she did. I noticed she'd been using my Netflix account to watch shows Marcus mentioned liking. She'd ordered the same perfume I wore. She even started working out at the same gym as him. But the final straw came when I walked into our room and found her wearing the necklace Marcus gave me for my birthday. When I asked about it, she claimed she borrowed it and forgot to ask. That's when I decided to get creative. Sophie was obsessed with her Instagram aesthetic and spent hours crafting the perfect posts. She'd always ask me to take her pictures because I had a good eye for angles. I started subtly sabotaging her photos. Nothing obvious, just slightly unflattering angles, pictures where she was mid-blink, or shots where the lighting made her look washed out. But I'd act super enthusiastic about how amazing each photo turned out. She'd post them and get way fewer likes than usual, but couldn't figure out why. Meanwhile, I'd been secretly taking better photos of myself in the same outfits and locations, posting them later with better results. But my masterpiece came during spring formal planning. Sophie had been dropping hints to Marcus for weeks, and I knew she was planning to ask him when I wasn't around. I told Marcus that Sophie had been acting weird around him and suggested maybe we should give her some space. He agreed, thinking I was being considerate of my roommate's feelings. Then I arranged for Marcus to surprise me with a formal proposal. Not marriage, just asking me to be his date in a really elaborate way. I helped him plan the whole thing, complete with flowers and a sign, right in our dorm lobby where everyone would see. Sophie walked in just as Marcus was on one knee with the formal sign, surrounded by our entire hall cheering. Her face went from confused to devastated to furious in about 3 seconds. Later that night, she confronted me. You knew I was going to ask him, didn't you? I smiled innocently. Ask him what? You never mentioned wanting to go to formal. She tried to argue, but she'd never actually told me about her plans. Just dropped hints she thought were subtle. The best part? At formal, everyone kept commenting on how cute Marcus and I looked together, and how lucky I was to have such a thoughtful boyfriend who planned such a sweet proposal. Sophie ended up going with some random guy from her bio class and spent the whole night taking jealous selfies while Marcus and I danced. She transferred schools the next semester, claiming she wanted a fresh start. Sometimes the best revenge is just being better at someone's own game.